because if you keep them defensively, you're not tempted to move out with them when they're like at 75 food, and then you can throw down a total of 2 fungal growths plus 2 infested Terrans. Usually my favorite combo is to throw down a single fungal growth and then save the rest of that energy for infested Terrans. I'm not a big fan of the Neural Parasite, especially since they changed it to only last like 12 seconds. And it's one of those things that it's only really good against Colossus and Thors. And Colossus have the range to deal with the Infestors, so unless you have more Infestors than they have Colossus, which is pretty typical, but also requires a really strong commitment by you and knowing beforehand that they're going to have a strong Colossus force, then just the remaining Colossus can pick off the Infestors before they really do anything. And with Thors, you almost never see Thors as against a Terran unless they've got some tanks to back them up, and just the range on the tanks makes Infestors kind of worthless. I don't know. I think that they're actually going to be more of an anti-air Neural Parasite unit. So there's not really much scouting going on by either of us. I guess they're scouting a hell of a lot better than we are. We see from their perspective what they can see. Spotting my massive Infestors. That might make them a little wary to move out with these few Colossus.
Ready for dust off.
Callie's 1-0 on his upgrades, and I am on my melee. Where are they? There they are. I am 0-1. Interesting. Working on level 2 armor and level 1 melee. Finally, that lair is morphing into a hive. Okay, here we go. Here's a big push that's about to be moving out. Now this looks like doomsday to me. And whenever it was happening, I was pretty much shitting my pants. But so let me just let you into the psyche of my brother Callicles. He is not exactly the most tactically aware player. He's actually pretty good at macros. You can see he has a ton of Hydralisks. But he thinks to himself, "Oh, there's this huge force right here. I should go Nidus Worm and go attack." And I thought, maybe you shouldn't do that. And when I said that, maybe you shouldn't do that, his forces were like right here. And that was pretty much bad. And we're going to see what happens here. I got my little burrowed Zerglings trying to get some kind of surround, being all sneaky. But as we're going to see in a second, that is not too sneaky with the whole observer standing right on top of them. They have not scouted out this expo yet, and I really think that that's bad of them, because they could totally come up here and roast this. And it looks like I'm actually going to pull the greatest upset in all of StarCraft. Is it possible? Oh my goodness. 2 Colossus going down to a massive army of Zerglings. You don't see that every day. I don't know if that can be, yeah, it's definitely not attributed to the +2 defense. If Colossus are upgraded to +3, then they do a, I think it's, or +2 actually, they do 19 damage a hit, which is like 34. There you go, you can see the Nidus network going down. I believe it's, oh, yep, it's right here. He is not doing all that much. I don't know. Can you get that tank? Nope, nope, not gonna get the tank. Oh, he does get the tank. That's pretty epic. So he threw down another Nidus network. Not sure I would really call this a smart play. That didn't work out. Right now they have major map control, and they're gonna start taking the main bases. Oh yeah. I told him, if you're gonna commit to the Nidus networks, you might as well do it somewhere it's gonna help. So right now I have a fairly large number of Zerglings. Starting to get my Ultralisks out. Look at those Ultralisks digging underground. Yeah, we can't see you at all. And nothing. Can't see a thing. Uh-oh. So, in retrospect, that was probably not the smartest move to do with those Zerglings and those Ultralisks. Wow. So yeah, where's Steve's force? I could really use, oh look at this, look at those fungal growths going off. Steve's force is up here, taking out this base. Extremely useful. Actually, it's probably going to end up winning us the game if we do, in fact, win the game. No spoiler alert or anything. Just making good use of those fungal growths. Fungal growth on Protoss units, not the greatest thing because it usually just eats through their shields, and then by the time it's over, their shields grow back. But what I was really worried about was just keeping them from actually advancing forward and realizing, oh hey, there's no more forces to defend. So let's see, I got my Ultralisk Cavern here. I haven't gotten the chitinous plating yet. That would be pretty useful if I were to have it, seeing as they have a very heavy Marine Marauder force. And look at all those drones going through. But meanwhile, we have the 1-0 upgraded army of Calcules getting stuck at the ramp here, making its very slow way into the natural. A little good old-fashioned base trade going on. Void Rays in the mix here, always good, adding in a few Void Rays to your army. So apparently they decided to back off and not finish us off. I think this is a very bad play, especially not taking out the Ultralisk Cavern. Callie making more Hydralisks, that's what he loves to do. He's got absolutely no money, but he's going to make some Hydralisks. And meanwhile, I've actually maintained this base advantage, and I'm still mining, well barely, on this base because it was originally taken out. It's little advantages. Look at this wondrous positioning by Red and Blue. And I asked him, why didn't you just back up into your Nidus Worm? And he said, that thought didn't occur to me. So now Red also benefiting from the being raped early syndrome, having minerals still at his main, is mining there. Blue is on his way to taking the entire map, and they have yet to really have seen that right there. My ultras are at 3-2. Yes, chitinous plating on the way. That's the greatest upgrade in the game. I don't know if that's the case or not. I may be lying. Anyway, so yes, if you notice, I morphed my lair up here because I lost my hive right here. I luckily didn't lose this Ultra Cavern, so I can still produce Ultralisks. But there goes this lair, and this game is looking pretty much over, or is it? Let's see if the timing on this is gonna work out. I don't remember if I attacked before or after. Yeah, that was pretty bad of me, but taking advantage of the unsieged siege tanks, and Callie with the clutch little pack of Hydras to come take out these Void Rays. This is just slaughter. This is just unhappy. I think there's a siege tank in there that Callie decided, you know what, we're gonna let that live. And so yep, there we go, morphing my hatchery into a lair. Got that extra hatchery in there. That is a lot of creep. Ugh. Good old siege tank versus queen. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to see a drone surround of a siege tank. How epic is that? That's so fun. Rebuilding my hatchery here because I realize those are pretty much the only safe minerals I've got. Of course, I'm not so aware that this is the only base they have. I thought we were way behind. I thought this was going to be a last-ditch effort to attack, which it ended up being, but worked out pretty well. So Zealots are actually pretty strong against Ultralisks, especially when you get that surround on them because they don't do so much damage to Zealots. Good old Hydra's getting out of position. Got this group of Ultralisks coming in here. This looks pretty bad. But you will see in a second, ladies and gentlemen, the power of level 5 armor upgraded Ultralisks, who take 0 damage from Marines. Seeing as he played mech most of the game, he's trying to do a little bit of drop micro here, and that would be great if his Marines actually did damage. You, Ultralisk, I salute you. I left him here just to kind of guard underneath the dropship as I proceeded to mutilate this base. Ultralisk doing 85 damage a hit to the structures, and look at that stim. Look at the health in this Ultra. Could he do it? Could he go all the way? So the problem is when you got a 6 damage Marine versus a 6 armored Ultralisk, you end with a 15 health Ultralisk with 19 kills at Assassin rank. And that's what I like to call awesome. Here we are chasing these probes. Red is entirely mained out. He's got his expansion going here, but he's really not working on anything. I don't understand why he gave up so quick. What if I was in his position here? Do a little swapperoo right here, start pumping out some Ravens. You got enough money for like 8 Ravens. I mean, I guess that probably wouldn't work out too well against these Hydras, but you could get some Hunter-Seeker missile going. And then obviously versus the Ultralisk, that wouldn't even matter. But instead, they decided that we had won, and this is great. At this point, Steve, who has only 6 Hydralisks, or actually he has a fairly large amount of Hydralisks, is thinking to himself, man, we are probably going to lose this game, and not realizing how far ahead we are at this moment. I think he actually asked them, yeah, he says, this game is epic, by the way, and they said, yeah, good game, I believe. And he says, wait, what, you're quitting? And I shushed him. Let's see. I think there's going to be one more big attack by Red. Yep, these little Marauders here. These Marauders are going to try and make that last push, and we'll speed this up a little bit. It's never really smart to ask if the other team is conceding, because then they might realize you're a lot weaker than you really are. Good old Ultralisk hiding in the corner to save themselves. And there it is, the good game. So that will conclude this game. Thank you for tuning in and listening to me. And if you're interested, the Triss Cup will be hopefully casted here with the help of Callicles, the 7th wonder of StarCraft games. If you think his play was brilliant, I'm sure his